It's a pile of bulls.
Hello everyone. I finally took the plunge today and got Kingdom Under Fire 2, the MMO RTS hybrid, and ever since I heard about the gameplay of this MMO, it's been stuck in a very special corner of my brain. After creating a character and going through the tutorial and really getting into the more intricate bits of combat, I am in total love with this game. Sure, it's not beating anyone over the head graphically, and it's most definitely not pulling anyone in with a gripping story. But seamlessly transitioning from direct combat control into the tactical command mode and ordering your troops into position and to attack is unbelievably fun. And even while you're controlling your own character, you can observe the status of your troops at the bottom of the screen and order them to use troop-specific skills to help cull the numbers while you're getting your rampage on across the battlefield. So, right away, my brain blasted away from the starting line, thinking of all of the unique ways they could use this mechanic and all of the possible troops and the types of troops. The only thing my brain couldn't think of is why there are so few people talking about this game and even fewer people actually playing it. I understand that the game has been through more than a few rocky patches since its original launch, and that I might not have the full level of context I need after just 2.5 hours of play. So I did some digging around to see if I could find out just where things went wrong, and if there was a chance to turn it all around. So I decided to look at 4 videos, all from different channels, one of which is less of a review and more of an explanation on the game's key mechanics, the troop management. For the reviews, I watched in release order Angry Joe on November 13th, 2019, MMO Byte November 21st, and lastly Press Starts to Laugh later November 22nd, 2019. So the first thing I noticed from Joe is he had some exposure to the game well before the game came out in North America. And the video itself was done sponsored. Well, he said partnered, but I have no idea what that actually means. By Gameforge, which is the game's publisher. It's just an observation. I'm pretty confident that Joe wouldn't pull any punches just because of a deal. But before Joe got into his thoughts, he prefaced the video with the fact that he was sent a personal video from the developers detailing what the game used to be like as far as its payment model, and they explained the changes that they made to it and why. Oh gosh. Link to that will be in the description. So I went ahead and watched this video, so it's actually 5 videos. In this one, the product leader, the one responsible for bringing the game to North America and Europe, basically said that when the game was free to play in Asia, which was, according to her, a beta, getting stronger troops and equipment was gambling, gacha based, and there was some paywall nonsense that really impacted the player experience. So when they got their hands on the game, they tossed that shit right the fuck out. They tossed it out of the window. And I can personally confirm that because the only things that you can buy in the cash shop is cosmetics and mounts, which I think are also just cosmetic mounts. Like, they're just a skin that go over your basic horse that they give you. And in my opinion, they're priced more fairly than pretty much all of the MMOs I've played in the past 3 years. They go on to address the disappointment that a lot of the character customizations, a lot of the customization options were paywalled off, and have since taken a number of the cash shop outfits and enabled them to be earned via gameplay. And then they explained that there is no way to use real money to buy in-game power. This 30-minute podcast-esque video detailing all of the changes that they made to the game to keep things as scum-free as they possibly can. Now, folks, let's add a digit to my confusion multiplier. Before I got the game, I had seen comments and reviews saying the game was a greedy cash grab, and but the video I watched, which by the way was released in 2019, and the bit of game that I played for myself proved that that couldn't be any more wrong. Now the comments that said that the game was a greedy cash grab were all on the game's store page on Steam. And I keep in mind that these aren't changes that they made after the game was released in North America. This was the state of the North America game from the word go. Honestly, the only explanation I could come up with for the miscommunication is either a couple of people played the Asian version and left a seeding review on the North American version without knowing they made some changes, or the people who made the reviews are just lying trolls, which is, it's the internet, it's totally possible. But I have such an appreciation for them taking the time to make this clarifying video, but that appreciation really can only go so far because it's in the state of an unlisted video uploaded specifically by Angry Joe. Now, don't get me wrong, Joe is an influential content creator. He's got 3+ million subscribers, and that's something to take seriously. But they really needed this information to get into as many people's hands as possible, and Joe doesn't have any part of the MMO market cornered. This is the type of thing that should have been like video number 4 on the Steam page after like trailer and gameplay videos. Or at the very least on some sort of social media site, official social media, or maybe even the game's own personal YouTube channel. Anything at all to help spread the word. After watching this address, I got a genuine sense of them wanting to do right by the players. Not just for the people who played before, but to all of the players who would play it after. And the overall tone that I got from Joe's actual review was that the game was at its best when you're in the action, swapping between strategy and personal attacking, and at its worst when you were being sent around to collect items and doing the bland, usual MMORPG rigmarole. And, well, MMO Byte had a similar story. He and I believe his wife or his girlfriend were chosen to attend a special event for the game at an actual castle, and they got to do all sorts of neat things that I don't think were related to the game at all. But when it came to the actual game, it was really just positives. Talking about how much fun and how interesting the gameplay is. Damn, all of the reviews were sponsored by the publisher. I mean, it's not the greatest look, I'll grant you, but so far, no one has any damning reason that the game should be shunned into obscurity. Press Start to Laugh didn't really give any personal opinions. He just sort of detailed the early parts of the game that he himself played, expressing some minor annoyance at the gender-locked classes. Which, okay, I get that. Nobody likes gender-locked classes. It's kind of a outdated practice. I feel like Terra has been trying... I won't say they've been trying hard, but they've been trying to get rid of the gender lock very slowly over the course of the past few years. But yeah, so far there's nothing that, you know, there's no great big scandal. The game's not stealing money from charity organizations or anything like that. But the last video that I watched was a guide about troops, a troop guide video, and it was by Sir Medieval. And it detailed the basics of troops, the types of troops, how those troops leveled up, how they ranked up, and what their skills were. Honestly, I was expecting to find some sort of caveat to how you get better troops, like needing to do an outrageous amount of grinding or something. But with this video, I'm more excited to jump back in and go build my army. I mean, I didn't just see human archers and infantry. There were mages, artillery, heavy artillery, and they had a blend of orcs and other creatures that you encounter throughout the game. I checked the comments of all of the videos, and pretty much everyone who played Kingdom Under Fire 2 was glad they took the chance to do it. But so far, I've talked only about what everyone else thinks about the game and not about what I think. So what about me? I was having a blast, honestly. And that probably should have been enough. But the joy I'm feeling is mixed in with something else. Something foreboding. And that's fear. I know that these servers don't pay for themselves. And while there are a lot of MMOs that I still to this day cannot believe are still going, there's no guarantee that the plug doesn't get pulled on this. And I've experienced the death of MMOs before, and usually it doesn't bother me, but it's so hard to find a publisher willing to put in the work and deliver an experience that doesn't make you want to hiss at it because of its greed, especially in this day and age, really. It would be a shame to see this project go under for next to no reason. But with all of that said, if you have any interest in MMOs or real-time strategy games, go check out Kingdom Under Fire 2. It's available on Steam for about $10. It's pay to own. And let me know your thoughts on it. If you have any information about the goings-on, or if you played the game and quit it, or if you're still interested in playing the game, just let me know. I want to get a discussion going. If you haven't ever heard of it, let me know what you think about the blend of action and strategy. I hope to see you guys at another video. Peace out.